there was serious fracas. Soldiers were deployed and they were ransacked. After that, they fled from that place. They went into neighboring countries, went underground. Then in 2004, they resurfaced and attacked divisional police headquarters in Bama and Gusau local government areas. Again, then I think the DIG at the police headquarters, Mike Ukiro, he was DIG operations, he came to Borno along with some military guys. There was the counterinsurgency operations. These people fled out through the Gusau hills. Some of the Cameroonian gendarmes assisted in getting some of them, and some went underground. Then nothing was heard about them until in 2007. 2007, they appeared in Kano, somewhere called Panshikara. They attacked police stations. Again, soldiers were deployed. After that, they went underground. Then there was an attack in Bauchi on 26th of July, 2009. Even that night, that name called Boko Haram actually came about from Bauchi. In Borno here, they were called Yusufia sect members. It was the journalist in Bauchi that reported that incident of 26 July 2009, calling them Boko Haram. Then on the 27th of July, at the early hours, they launched a serial attack, in Borno. And so the Nigerian media picked the name Boko Haram, and that is how it came about. The major crisis of the Boko Haram was in 2009 under a northerner as the president. So this thing has got nothing to do with who is the president, where the president comes from. And by the time we don't clear this, we will be missing the point. Crisis is mobile. If Boko Haram members overrun the north, they will definitely go to the south. You will never be at peace wherever you are if the distant neighbor has a problem. So that's that. Now, regarding the situation in Borno, it is very unfortunate. I think I will not be beating the drum too high if I say that the people of Borno State are just lucky to have someone like Governor Kasim Shettima at this point in time. I want to believe God just designed, to have that kind of person here. If not for this man, most of us that are working with him wouldn't be here. He has a way of inspiring people. He has a way of giving people confidence. In the last 2.5 years, Borno has spent close to 10 billion naira on rebuilding communities that were destroyed, on providing relief to families. These funds would have been channeled into other sectors of the state. But of course, there are a lot of other projects taking place in Borno. About 2,500 housing units are currently taking place. But so much more would have been done if these monies had not been channeled to this. So I think it is a national crisis that requires us to be focused and look straight into the point instead of always trying to whip sentiments. Look at the last time the governor went to the presidency and said something. At the end of the day, a lot of people twisted what this man said. He had been corresponding with the presidency in the last 2.5 years. There was never a time he discussed with the press, revealing any part of their correspondence, with the president. But the time he came out and spoke, what he said, he was talking about the problems of political leadership. He made it very clear that the Nigerian armed forces were doing their best in the circumstance they found themselves. But the whole thing was twisted to give an impression that the governor was trying to undermine the military, and which is very far from what the governor actually said. And unless we correct some of these things, we pick out sentiment and look at this as a national crisis, we'll be missing the point. The former chief of army staff, General Azubike, Lieutenant General Azubike, on many occasions that he came to Borno State, always underscored the level of commitment of the governor. The defense headquarters, through the then director of operations, Major General Lawrence Indubani, when he came to Borno State, he said that the commitment of the Governor Kasim Shettima in the counterinsurgency is extraordinary. The brigade commander of the 21 Armored Brigade here in Borno State once said that the military was treated by the governor as the 28th local government area in Borno State. But at the end of the day, what is happening now? People just sit down and twist the whole thing. And by the time people succeed in inciting the armed forces against the government, we will not be doing, we will be sabotaging the entire counter-insurgency operation.
Okay. Let me come in here, Issa. Issa, for the sake of clarity,
we take out sentiments, we try to read and analyze and understand the situation correctly. We will not be helping this matter by what we say. I was reading a prophecy.
Issa, can I interject for 1 second? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Issa?
Will in 2014 attack Lagos, and some parts of the south. I don't believe in prophecies, but the leader of the Fed came out and threatened.
Issa, can I interject for 1 second?
They would attack, oil installations in Nigeria.
I'm not sure you can hear me, but. Okay, now can you hear me, Issa?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, for the sake of clarity, what you as the SA media to the governor, what would you say the governor meant by what has been published in the newspaper regarding what is now being analyzed as putting down our armed forces? What did you think he meant, or what did he explain to you as a spokesperson as what he meant?
What the governor meant was that there was need for re-equipping of the Nigerian armed forces, improved motivation. That was just what the man went. He meant that there was need for us to change our strategies, for us to realize that our enemies are getting really stronger. They are appearing more motivated. We need to re-equip the Nigerian armed forces. That was only what the man was saying. And he didn't exonerate himself. If you recall what he said, he used the term we. He said the problem was that of leadership, and he did not take out himself from it. And those who monitor what he says all the time when he talks about the problem of leadership, he always says that he is also part of it. And I think
Issa, let me just ask you this then. Let me ask you this. In view of Issa, if you could. Okay.
Commitment, more political commitment, so that we can equip the Nigerian armed forces to do better. Because one can never say they didn't record any successes. The civilian JTF we have in Borno State today, the youth volunteers who have done very well, the governor does a lot to assist them.
Issa.
They could have done that without the military.
Issa, can you hear me? Okay, now just please, if you could keep your answers very short so that we can ask a few more questions and deal with a number of issues that are being raised. Now, very quickly, in a very 2-3 sentences response, can you tell us, does the governor, on the advantage of hindsight now, does he feel like actually what he said could have been misinterpreted, inverted commas open and close, and that what he said might easily be seen as not what he meant? And in view of that, does he feel like there should be a retraction of that statement?
No, the governor, are you hearing me, Mr. Kennedy?
Loud and clear.
Okay. I don't think the issue of retraction or otherwise should actually, come here. What is important is cooperation. Whatever we do as human beings, we learn mistakes from it, and sometimes, whether there are mistakes or not, it inspires some debate. We are talking about this issue now. More people are getting involved, probably because of what the governor said. So in my opinion, it has, in a way, assisted, the whole issue. And I want to believe that a lot of evaluations are taking place now within the military circle, within the political leadership, circles. So the issue of regret or otherwise, the issue of, withdrawal of statement, I don't think we should talk about that. The issue is, what do we learn from what the governor has said? What do we learn from the reactions to what the governor has said. I believe the governor must have learned something, the presidency must have learned something.